speaking about
money.
the money, let's follow the money for a second, because there it is. The billionaires are now saying, hey, Biden. Hey, Biden.
Peace.
I ain't riding with Biden because I'm bailing on Biden.
Good.
Here's a list of names. You see Barry
Good
Diller,
for
Christy,
you.
Walton, Reed Hastings. But here's a list of names of billionaires, famous people who are saying, hey, Joe, you got to go. They want him to pass the torch to the next generation of the Democratic leaders. But Joe Biden, as we know, he's saying, Wolf of Wall Street style, I ain't leaving. Now, this list includes Marc Cuban, Reed Hastings, who was the CEO of, or is the CEO of Netflix, Reid Hoffman, CEO, founder of LinkedIn.
Oh.
Christy Walton, where have I heard that Walton name before?
too.
How about Walmart? Yeah, and let me know if you recognize this name. Laureen Powell Jobs. Who do you think she is the ex-wife of? Steve Jobs. These are people with money. These are people with power. These are people with influence that are saying, hey, Joe, hey, Joe, just sit this one out, buddy. But as Joe said, I'm
not leaving.
I'm not leaving. There it is right there.
Yikes.
But there's one person I actually want to focus on when it talks about following the money. There's a guy named Ari Emanuel. You might say, I don't know, maybe I've heard that name, maybe not.
Yeah.
Ari Emanuel is the CEO of a little talent agency in Hollywood called William Morris Endeavor. So massive Hollywood agency, massive Hollywood agent. By the way, if you've ever seen the movie Entourage, Ari Gold, played by Jerry Piven, was supposedly portrayed based on his character. A brash, wild, get-it-done type of dude. Now, here he is, Ari Emanuel. By the way, he's not a Republican. His brother is Rah Emanuel. Just to kind of put this in context, Rah Emanuel, this guy is a Hollywood power player, Ari Emanuel. His brother, Rah Emanuel, let me know if this resume checks out. He was the chief of staff for Obama in 2009, yes.
Okay.
Like, was running Obama.
Yeah.
And then after Obama, he went to become the mayor of Chicago.
Oh.
And now he currently works for the Biden administration. Read that on the top left, as the ambassador
to Japan.
So this guy's part of the administration, meaning he's part of the establishment. So here's Ari Emanuel, his brother, Hollywood legend, power player extraordinaire at the Aspen Ideas Festival. Go back to that video. At the Aspen Ideas Festival, saying, I can't believe we're in this point. Here's Ari Emanuel. By the way, who does just a little, you talked about William Morris Endeavor. They own the UFC. He's Dana White's boss.
Oh.
He owns the WWE. Talent, entertainment. This is talent and entertainment's top dog. This ain't no game.
Oh.
Here he is talking about Joe Biden. And again, follow the money. Go ahead.
That the lifeblood to a campaign in politics, the lifeblood is money. And maybe the only way this gets, with smart lawyers looking at it, is if the money starts drying up. And I'm assuming all of you've gotten a lot of calls.
Okay. So he's saying the ideas are drying, the money's drying up. If you want to play that clip at 4:58, it continues.
And I talked to a bunch of big donors, and they're moving all their money to Congress.
Watch how heated he gets. Watch.
I cannot believe we're in this situation.
Well, as one of the great disruptors in your
Keep going.
career, do we have to sit by and sleepwalk?
It's a legal issue now.
Yeah.
You're not in, I'm going to resign, unless the lawyers tell you something else, and maybe there's some wiggle room. I haven't seen
Ready
it,
for this?
and I'm not
Watch
a lawyer.
this.
But we're in fuck city.
No.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, this is not a Republican. His brother was chief of staff for Obama. He's the current ambassador to Japan for Joe Biden. This guy runs Hollywood. Is Hollywood left or right?
Left.
Left. So, a lot of people are saying, well, now they own UFC. Is UFC left or right?
Right.
Right. So there's some stuff here. But again,
Confusion.
follow the money. So if I'm trying to make sense of what's going on here, following the money, the big money billionaire donors, the major donors, they're saying, listen, I don't know if we can support Biden, So we're going to take all that billions of dollars we were going to give to the presidential election. You know where we're going to give it now? Congress. We're going to try to elect Dems into Congress, to the Senate and to the House. They're basically saying, listen, we're conceding that Joe Biden is probably not going to win this thing, and it's probably going to be Trump. So let's see what we can do to even the playing field, because if the executive branch is Republican, again, follow the money, guys. The judicial branch, 3 branches of government, not to teach you something right here.
Yeah.
Civics, 8th grade, 3 branches of government. Presidential is the executive.
Right.
The judicial is Supreme Court.
Okay.
And the legislative is Congress. So if Donald Trump takes the executive and the judicial is basically 6-3, Republican, conservative, they're basically saying, listen, let's throw some freaking money at the Dems out there to try to win some races, to kind of keep the scales of justice a little even, Steven. Checks and balances is what it's called.
Right.
By the way, trivia, what's the 4th branch of so-called government?
I don't know.
It's the media. It's actually not part of government. It's the media. It's us. Holding people accountable out there. The media out there. That's why we need a free press.
Ah.
So, little fact check right there. By the way, speaking of following the money, Donald Trump, Wall Street, they're kind of spooked.
Why?
They're like, holy moly, Donald Trump. Because if all the money is being moved in certain different directions, we talked about how many billions went to Trump recently. The Wall Street was basically, remember that meeting they had with Trump? They're basically panicked. Like, hey, Trump, do me a favor. Focus on Wall Street, not the little guy out there. So Wall Street is basically panicking that Trump's policies could make the economy work for just your average American out there. Hey, what do you mean? Why are we trying to help the little guy? Why are we trying to help the average guy? Let's try to help Wall Street. Trump's basically saying, yeah, we can do both.
Yeah.
So here's what Trump had to say. The number of, here's some facts for you. Speaking of the economy, the number of employed foreign-born workers, AKA immigrants, newcomers, as Joe Biden says, increased by over $600,000 over 600,000 people over the last year, while the number of employed native-born citizens, actual Americans born in America, dropped by nearly 300,000. So foreigners went up by 600,000. Natural-born citizens down by 300,000.
Wow.
So you almost have a 1 million person swing right there in terms of who's in the economy, in the job force.
Wow.
So what are some of the reasons for this? Trump's trade protectionism.
Oh.
Protect.
Wait,
Protect.
Run that back for me again.
I'm
Run
struggling with that
back for
word. Protectionism.
Protectionism.
Go ahead. You said it better than me.
Protectionism.
Protect yourself. Protect your neck like Wu-Tang.
Oh.
Which include tariffs, like he's been put on China. China. Not in my house, China. And he's gonna boost American manufacturing. We're gonna put tariffs on it. We're gonna tax you, and you're gonna pay the price. You know what's going on here, Donald Trump. So they're basically saying, hold on, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Trump, sir. But here's some stats for you. Here's little facts for you. The Trump era was actually good for the average American working class person. It was actually good for investors as well. So there's a way for both Wall Street and investors to win, and there's a way for the average American to win. I'm talking inflation. I'm talking the consumer price index. But here's a quote from actually one of the economists leading the charge on this. He says, the average American is no longer going to have to compete against incredibly low wage labor that is driving down the standard of living. You know, they talk about the minimum wage or a living wage.
Right.
So people that really don't have a lot of opportunities, they'll take what they can get. So they're driving the price down. So that's basically taking the average, just normal worker, American citizen out of the workforce, or they're basically competing for the same jobs. Now, these are not highly skilled jobs, but listen, people got to work. People got to put food on their plates. So the quote goes on, driving down the standard of living. In other words, you will increasingly see businesses pay living wages to their employees. So what's the bottom line here? Follow the money. Wall Street is selfish. They care about their returns. They care about their profits. They care about their quarterly earnings. They care about the bottom line. What's the bottom line? Trump is basically trying to bring manufacturing back. By the way, so is Biden a little bit. But the problem is Biden's had this open border policy.
Yes.
Where he's like, hey, we're bringing back, this is basically what it is, guys. Here it is. We're bringing back manufacturing jobs out here, back to America. Thanks, Joe. But by the way, millions of you illegal immigrants come in over here as well. So it's basically affecting supply and demand.
Right.
There's a demand for jobs, but now the supply is bum rushing through the southern border. Now the average American, low-wage Americans are like, yo, bro, I'm just trying to get a job here in this economy. And it's what's that?
Even for immigrants, for the ones that came, like, legal, for us it's difficult to find a job, and we are immigrants, and we did it in a legal way, not illegal, and we are, struggling to find a job. So it's like, okay, I did the things good in a good way, and what's happening now?
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a really
great
good point.
That's Miss Colombia right there, guys. Right there. Thumbs up. Give a thumbs up if you like what Alejandra had to say. That's a legal Colombiana immigrante.
Yay.
But
legal, exactly.
Yeah.
Legal, not illegal. But that's some of the different things that are going on in the economy. Follow the money. Here's what I'll say. Last point when it comes to politics. Something very interesting is going on here, guys. Something's very interesting. And believe me, I would know. I remember in 2016, there was a lot of Trump shaming.
Yes.
If you voted for Trump. You're going to vote for Trump? I can't believe you're going to vote for Trump. Dude, what's wrong with you? You're voting for Trump. Okay. Now,
I got Trump shame.
I'm starting to see a lot of Biden shaming.
Yes.
Hold on, you're going to vote for Biden? What do you mean? You can't vote for Biden. Are you crazy? This guy's going to vote for Biden. I'm just saying, I'm seeing this type of things out there in the streets. By the way, where are we going tonight, Nat?
We're going to the Trump rally.
We're going to the Trump rally down in Doral in Miami. And we're going to be interviewing a lot of the Trump supporters and see the likelihood that they think that Trump is going to win the election. They're all going to say 100%.
Yeah.
But we're going to ask them some tough questions about what's going on out there. But the reality is the Trump base, they feel it. They feel this coming back. And it's also the money. They feel it. So follow the money. What's going on? Billionaires backing away from Biden. Billionaires going towards Trump. You got Democrats breaking with Biden.
Right.
Joe Biden, like I said before, he's the new Titanic. And that debate was the iceberg. The ship might be sinking. But Joe Biden, the Wolf of Wall Street, he ain't leaving. That's that. Follow the money. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.